Alright everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the F1 23 Driver Crew Mode with Haas. Episode number 11 today for the Italian Grand Prix. If you missed the previous episode, Belgium, I recommend you go and check the one out before seeing this one, because we did have a return to the points. P7, best of the rest, really, behind the two Red Bulls, the two Ferraris and the two Mercedes. So we're looking to try and close that gap to that and try and get Magnussen scoring some points, and that means we're going to need R&D. Fortunately, can't put DRS on because we've got those two drag reduction upgrades on. Tyre wear. This is something we wanted to put on the previous episode, couldn't, because we've only got Spec 2, so we can't. We're going to do two upgrades at once. So we're going to put two minor tyre wear upgrades. And then we've got 997 left. So why not chuck on some engine power as well, just to make us even faster? And all of that, ladies and gentlemen, 5 upgrades for this race, the Italian Grand Prix. The best way to impress Ferrari, by 5 new upgrades as well on the car. And that, well, that's enough to put us top of the R&D line graph. Yes, we've even out R&D'd Red Bull. Maybe the that aero reduction thingy is finally starting to bite them. So yeah, I don't know how I've done this, but the other teams need to get their act together and try and catch us back up now. We are the fastest team on the grid. Will we be fastest on the track? That is the issue that we have with the grid being close. Max Verstappen has pretty much been dominating this series as well, although he has won 3 races in a row. Again, he's in that little streak where he tries and wins 3 races in a row. Obviously one last out in Belgium. As well as first lap wasn't that great, only P14, but I think there's a lot more time to come, as well as ERS is, although the upgrades come in, we still need to, it's still an issue where I can't do back-to-back laps yet in qualifying at tracks like Monza, as we all get to do later on in the career mode when they're fully maxed out. 10th and a half up on the previous best time. We're 10th up on Zhou Guanyu, who's in EP13. Stroll down there in 14th. He's really not having a good time of it. As well, 3 tenths up now as we go through the Lesbos section down to P16. We've still got Sonoda and De Vries behind us, although De Vries has improved, I think. Hamilton 118.5, and then Verstappen 118.5. So Mercedes have brought their A grade. Perez 118.3, interesting. As well, we're 4 tenths up now on our previous best times. We come through Ascari 4.5 tenths up. Can we make a 5/10 improvement? I think we can. Just got to get Parabolica to go. Gasly's down there. The Alpine not that great these days. We haven't made that 5/10 improve. Out of Parabolica, up to the line. What time of tyre is going to be? I didn't see what time that was, but it's enough for P8. So literally just behind our teammates. So I'll take that. Qualifying's not my best position as well. Out qualifying both Aston Martins, both McLarens, and quite a lot as well. But still, considering the upgrades we brought, it's not the top. It's not the front row, and it's not close enough to the top 6.
Monza, the oldest circuit on the calendar, which hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. Today we look forward to the Italian Grand Prix. This place is all about speed. It is a unique challenge. You've got the chicane at turn 1, the Variante Ascari at turns 8, 9 and 10, and the Parabolica to conclude things at 11. Top speeds pushing 215 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. It's Sergio Perez on pole today, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Sainz, Russell, Magnussen, Phoenix, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Ocon, Joe, Gasly, Stroll, Sonoda, Albon, De Vries, Sargent and Oscar Piastri. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Joined once again by former Formula One driver Anthony Davidson. And they've had a lot of on-track incidents recently. That could leave them low on confidence.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Okay, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, which means there's a lot of very important people here behind the scenes. I'd love to give them a strong result to watch today, plus a good result might make my post-race meetings a little bit easier.
Thanks, Mark, for that little essay there of a speech. Yeah, well, we'd like a good result. I think we can get a good result. Race pace is always stronger for me. Now, interestingly, we've got either soft medium or medium hard. It's the two strategies. I'm thinking medium soft as well. Potentially, there's a chance to make a bit of an undercut here and have a better result. So that's what I'm thinking. 15 laps on mediums, 12 laps on soft, but it gives us the option if there's a safety car to pick the hards as well. So we'll see what we can do then in that respect. But 5 lights then, the Italian Grand Prix, and away we go. And it's a better start than K-Mag and the Ferrari of Sainz, but Sainz is going to speed up. Russell there is almost getting forced up. We brake early to try and avoid any shenanigans at turn 1. That allowed Norris to actually outbrake me through there. And we've been hit by Ocon in the side pod there. What happened with Ocon? So he's had a look at Norris. I'm broken a little bit too early for turn 1, to be honest. And then he's just decided he's not going to yield the position and follow behind me. Instead, hops over the curve and obviously into my cycle. Fortunately for me, no damage. But for Ocon, I think he may have some bit front wing damage. Possibly he'll have to pick, because there goes Alonso pass. Up at the front, look at this sight. It's Perez versus Hamilton. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Max Verstappen in P3. But can he get his old rival from 2021, Lewis Hamilton, to win out, getting past? Can we get past Norris here? The bet X out of turn 2. Yes, we can, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have a look at our teammate? No, he closes the door with Curve Grande. Now we're trying to have a look on the outside of K-Mag, but K-Mag has got other ideas, and we just lift off in the end to give him the position as... Verstappen there in the background is missing his front left end plate as Perez overtakes Hamilton for the lead of the Grand Prix. As well as we've been attacked by Norris again as well. And that Norris went wide in parabolic, and that allowed Alonso to get past Norris as well. But there is Max Verstappen confirmation of the damage, and he's come in. So Verstappen, well, did I jinx him earlier saying they're going to go and win this race potentially? We'll have to wait and see about that. He could still do potentially a one-stop on hards. Bit of a long way. We'll have to wait and see. As Norris has gone wide, that's allowed Gasly to go through as well. It overtaken Alonso as well, as our teammate is having a go at Carlos Sainz. The Ferraris have now sorted themselves out. Perez and Hamilton have broken away. And now we've got Leclerc's also started to break away. We've got Russell and Magnussen battling each other. We go wide in Parabolica. That's going to allow Gasly to come back at us, but we're not allowing that yet. We're going to deploy the engine speed, and look at this. The top end speed is where we have, and Gasly's got no chance of overtaking this. We're going to turn defence into attack and dive down the inside of George Russell and get P6. So Gasly's going to have a go at Russell actually and get in front of him as well. Next up is Sainz. Sainz is not having a very good time of it as well in this career mode, really. Yes, he started off a good season, but now has fallen by the wayside. Magnussen went too deep there into Ascari, and that just was perfect to get the double overtake there, because Magnussen went far too deep onto that little rumble strip thingy, and he just blocks Sainz from making the move as Hamilton and Perez continue to battle. Perez with DRS again, blasting past Hamilton. Hamilton is sitting duck there, but Leclerc there in P3 is closing in, so the locals will love it if he could make the position, as Sainz now is going re-overtaking Kevin Magnussen. Are the softs starting to go off? We'll have to wait and see about that compared to mine and Carlos's mediums as well. And that's a Ferrari going slowly. It's Charles Leclerc. That's such a shame. He was catching Perez and Hamilton. He was going to make it a three-way battle for the lead. And in front of the Tifosi, the Ferrari engine has failed. So it's a two-horse race now at the front between Hamilton and Perez for the victory in this Grand Prix. Hamilton has not won in this career. The man who is retiring, of course, remember, at the end of this season. But post pit stops then, we've got Nick De Vries who's retiring. There's Verstappen, and I think that's Hamilton in the background who's been slowed up by De Vries' retirement. So that's going to help Perez, who did an overcut on Hamilton. Lap 13, and well, at this point Sainz has been catching me, and we're just going to let him go. See if he can drag us along with us. There's no point really fighting this. I don't want to fight this. As I say, we have that little clause in our Ferrari contract that says we're not allowed to hold any Ferrari driver up, really. And as a junior, as Verstappen is holding up Lewis Hamilton perfectly for Sergio Perez. Verstappen has to make another pit stop in this race, we believe, because those mediums possibly won't go to the end. We're coming in though to the end for our one and only stop with a set of soft tyres. So Verstappen can go softs for his second pit stop as well. And actually Verstappen's in now with me, so he can go softs or he can go mediums, whatever he fancies. Where are we going to come out though? There's Sainz. So we've lost out to Sainz, and there is Russell Alonso. So it's not, the overcut definitely doesn't work on this game. However, we've now got fresh, beautiful fresh tyres on the softs, 2 compounds softer than Alonso, 1 than George Russell. We've had a perfect exit out of Ascari, and we're just going to carve through the easy through the middle of both Alonso and Russell, and that's a lovely little move on both of them, really, who are got nothing against the straight line speed of this Haas car on fresh soft tyres as well. We are flying, going purple sectors. And speaking of that, look at Zhou. He's going to make the double overtake as well. So Zhou Guanyu in the Alfa Romeo, which has only scored 3 points this season, is up in 6th place. So a great race from Zhou. Hasn't scored this season, all those 3 caught by Bottas, but Russell there is in front of him. We're going blasting past Sainz. We'll try and bring Sainz with us because I fancy Lewis Hamilton. He's only 3 seconds up the road. If the tyres hold on, then this will be absolutely fantastic. The first up in between myself and Hamilton is our teammate. We're going to dart down the inside here. A little bit of a dive bomb there, but we do make it work as well. And Sainz is going to get past Magnussen, so the Ferrari hopeful will like that, because Magnussen, of course, doesn't have that same Ferrari contract that I do, so that Magnussen doesn't have to get out of the way of someone like Carlos Sainz, for example, as well. We're just at this point, Sainz is going to blast past DRS, close the gap to 1.3 for Hamilton, but it's not enough, and I fear the tyres are starting to go off a bit. So we need another tyre wear upgrade, and Sainz is not helping matters. He's giving, we're trying to trying to move each other forward by giving this a slipstream DRS. Did momentarily under 1 second. As soon as we get under 1 second, but our tyres have gone off on lap 26. And Sainz onto the lap 27, and Sainz are going to blast past with DRS. We're going to brake early, and at this point, 56% wear. We've actually lost 2 seconds on this lap to Sainz. Another 3 to Hamilton. Magnussen's closed up as well, but we are going to come through for P4, which matches our best result of the season. It's not the podium we were looking for. Again, been denied a podium by yet another Ferrari driver. In Monaco it was Leclerc, obviously here in Monza it is his teammate Carlos Sainz. But P4 is a good result for us in respect to where we're fighting for in the Constructors and Drivers' Championship, beating our rivals Aston Martin, who only scored 6 points today, as well, obviously being Alonso. Zhou's tyres, I don't know what happened to him, but I think his tyres went off as well. Gasly had he was up there. I think he had a poor stop, which stopped him he only managed to get P9 in the end. But we've closed the gap. We're only 15 points behind Fernando Alonso, and if we continue our upgrade path and he continues to have less than ideal performances, then we can close in, and we're only 3 points in the constructors behind Aston Martin. So there's plenty of work to do. The next race though will be out next week at Japan. And again, I haven't done many laps at Japan so far. 2022 was a good track for me, but I'm interested to see how the high-speed corners feel, if do the low-speed corners there, which I've never been very good at. Are they even worse on this game? We'll have to wait and see about that. But that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. All left. If you are new around here, then please do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 talk. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.